Hello children, welcome to my channel. So we'll be doing the questions and answers for lesson number 1. If you've not learned the lesson, please go back and see the videos. Question number 1, complete the following diagram. We need to write the evidences of evolution. So we have the answers as morphological, anatomical, vestigial, paleontological, connecting links, and embryological evidence. Question number 2, justify the following. Human evolution began approximately 7 crores years ago. You just have to prove it. So you can write, according to evolution, dinosaurs became extinct approximately 7 crore years ago, after which human evolution began. It is assumed that humans have evolved from monkey-like animals in the following sequence. Okay, so you can write down these the sequence that I've shown you here. And here the evolution to modern man is supposed to have taken place in the following order. So note down this as well. Okay. Question number 2b is geographical and reproductive isolation of organisms gradually leads to speciation. So it is assumed in evolution that new species of plants and animals evolved from earlier species through genetic variation. Species produce fertile offspring by reproduction and grow in specific geographical conditions. To understand speciation due to geographical and reproductive isolation, let us consider a hypothetical case where a population of beetles have been split into two subpopulations. The beetles are separated geographically and hence only reproduce within the subpopulation. Over time, this leads to production of a new species with genetic variation. The changes in the subpopulation, such as change in color, takes place due to genetic drift and natural selection. As time passes, the two subpopulations look completely different from each other and form the original beetle population. Thus, they become incapable of reproducing with each other. Now, C is study of fossils is an important aspect of study of evolution. Now, fossils are the dead remains of organisms that lived in the past. So you have to explain how evolution is trying to prove that fossils prove evolution. So you can note down this answer. Then there is evidence of, in your textbook it's written fetal, please correct it to fetal. D, there is evidences of fetal signs among chordates. So you have to write this answer for that. Fetal science is used as an evidence to support the theory of evolution. Okay, so how it's approached, you can copy this answer for your question. Now question number 3, these are the answers, the fill in the blanks for your question number 3. The causality behind the sudden changes was understood due to mutation. Then the second question for answer for B is gene. Answer for C is transcription. For D is gradual development. For E is appendix. Now question number 4, you have to write short notes on Lamarckism, Darwin's theory of natural selection. So Lamarckism, you must have read in your textbook how he said that giraffe grew long neck because of eating from tall trees. So all of that is explained here in this answer. You can pause the video and take down this answer. Then we have Darwin's theory of natural selection. This is the answer for Darwin's theory of natural selection, where Darwin, in his book The Origin of Species, spoke about how natural selection takes place. So you can write down this answer for that question. Now embryology. Embryology is a study of the formation and development of the embryo and the fetus. Okay, so embryology is used as one of the evidences to try to prove the theory of evolution. Okay, so you have to just write down a short paragraph on that. You can take down this answer for embryology, evolution, and connecting links. Please pause where you want to take notes and write down the answer. Okay, now we have to define heredity in question number 5 and explain the mechanism of heredity changes. We know that heredity is the process by which traits are passed from parents to offspring through asexual or sexual reproduction. So we know that Sir Johann Gregor Mendel was the one to research on this. So you can write down how he did the research, and then he also proposed that heredity is controlled by factors which are now believed to be segments of chromosomes or genes which are passed on in the form of genetic information from parents to offspring. This genetic information is stored in molecules called DNA. Okay, so DNA we have a separate video on DNA. You can go and see how DNA and RNA, how it works, how gene information is passed on. Okay, now we have to define vestigial organs in question number 6. This is the answer, and then write names of some vestigial organs in human body. So I have given you some examples of vestigial organs in human body that is also useful for humans right now, because at that time when this was written, about vestigial organs, that time there was not much information on how the body works. Now we have more information and we know that vestigial organs are actually not useless organs. Okay, so here in this portion I have explained how vestigial organs like the adenoids and tonsils that are considered to be useless are actually not useless. and are useful in the for the immune system of the body. So wrote down this answer for question number 6. फिर question number 7, how are the hereditary changes responsible for evolution? We already gave an answer on heredity. तो इसमें आप थोड़ा सा ऐड करके आप theory of evolution के साथ जोड़ के ये आंसर आप लिख सकते हैं for the theory of evolution. Okay, then how heredity changes are responsible for evolution. Now in question number B, 7b, explain the process of formation of complex proteins. Okay, so for this also I have made a very detailed video, so you can go and look at that. Now the formation of complex proteins is explained by the central dogma. Okay, the central dogma is the process by which the instructions in DNA are converted into a functional product called protein. Okay, now how DNA contains the information needed to make all of our proteins. Okay, then RNA is the messenger that carries this information. Ribosomes serve as factories in the cell where information is translated from a code into the functional product. The process by which the DNA instruction is converted into functional product is called the gene expression, which takes place in 2 stages, transcription and translation. In transcription, the information in the DNA of every cell is converted into portable RNA messages, and during translation, these messages travel from where the DNA is in the cell nucleus to the ribosomes. Now copy down this answer for a complete understanding of how complex proteins are formed. Okay, the answer is all the way till here. Okay, so till you have to copy till here. Now C is explain the theory of evolution and mention the proof supporting it. So for that as well, the answers are written very clearly in this. You can pause the video and take down the answers. Okay, now the different evidences, supposed evidences are morphological, anatomical, vestigial, paleontological. This we had and connecting links, which we had already outlined in the first question. Okay, now explain with suitable examples importance of anatomical evidences in evolution. That is part D of question number 7. Here is your answer for that. All right, so pause the video and take down this answer. वीडियो पॉज कर करके आप आंसर्स क्वेश्चंस लिखिए, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ आपको मैंने क्वेश्चंस एंड आंसर्स, क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स करेक्ट फॉर्म में लिखने के लिए मैंने ये आपको वीडियो बनाया. सो दिस वीडियो इज नॉट वेरी लॉन्ग. ओके, एंड दिस इज योर फाइनल क्वेश्चन नंबर 7E. Define fossil. Explain the importance of fossils as proof of evolution. We are already given one answer on fossils, so you can write a similar answer and get over with this. Okay, and then question number 7F is write the evolutionary history of modern man. Again, this is the same answer that we had given for question number 1. Okay, where we had given question number 2, I think, where we have told about the evolutionary history of modern man. Just write down this, that 15 million years ago, 3 to 4 million years ago, all these data. Okay, कि 15 million years ago Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus were there supposedly. Then 3 to 4 million years ago man-like primates formed, and then 2 million years ago Homo habilis formed. Then 1.5 million years ago Homo erectus formed. Then 100,000 to 40,000 years ago Neanderthal man, and then the modern man Homo sapiens came into existence 75,000 to 10,000 years ago. This is the evolutionary chart. Okay, so this is your answers for question lesson number 1. Please note down all the answers correctly, and this will be useful for you to write down correct answers in your exam. Okay, please don't make grammatical mistakes, and I'll also be making videos on how to write correct sentences, so I hope you will look at that as well and improve your English. Okay, links to the earlier videos are in the description. Okay, so study well. God bless.